There's lots happening at the Indian T20 League, the IPL, so we got to pay some attention to that. And today it's one team in particular, Kolkata. They're looking lean and mean, and they sit on top of the points table. They have looked the most solid and unshakable side in the tournament so far. Got me thinking, what is different about Kolkata this particular season? Well, it has to be this man, of course, Gautam Gambhir, Kolkata's messiah, the man who seems to be doing no wrong as long as he wears the purple and gold. Now, I had to give a rider here because you know the kind of trajectory Gambhir has enjoyed in the IPL. It has been a colourful many years, not just as player, but also now as mentor. Remember his run-ins with Virat Kohli while he was with the Lucknow franchise. And of course, Lucknow as a franchise, while Gambhir was at the helm, showed some glimmer of hope, but that fizzled out. As a unit, as a team, somehow it didn't quite work. Gambhir, the player too, was just as hot-headed. Here is one cricketer turned commentator, now of course mentor, who has not really mellowed down so much with age. But Kolkata and Gambhir's love story has been just as fiery. They forged a relationship that was gold when he was captain at the franchise. Shah Rukh Khan's romance and Gambhir's drama was the perfect Bollywood spicy affair that proved to be a blockbuster. Kolkata franchise, the product of that. Victories they cherished only when these two were together, 2012 and of course then 2014. Golden years for the franchise and Gautam Gambhir in particular. And sources in the Kolkata franchise now say the biggest difference to the outfit this year has been Gautam Gambhir. They say there is a sense of calmness and reassurance that has come back into the camp. They all feel as equals, respected, and that has just meant that they all want to come together to win it again, just to give it back to him. A happy dressing room, they say, is a performing dressing room, and Gambhir has made that possible. The announcement of Gautam Gambhir returning that came in just before the start of the season sent tingles down everyone's spines. But now that the tournament is well and truly underway, those tingles are transferring to lightning bolts in the air. They posted the second highest total in the league so far against a hapless Delhi side, whose biggest silver lining has been their tenacious captain returning to form and returning after a break, Rishabh Pant. But 272 runs is a colossal affair, and everyone came to party. It isn't just Gambhir's comeback to the Eden Gardens that seems to be doing the trick. I have to speak first of Sunil Narine. The man seemed to have lost his touch as an opening bat some years ago, forcing Kolkata to rethink their strategy and get Jason Roy to open. The absence of Roy Power, of course, prompted them to somehow revert to that old strategy, and that seems to be the theme for this franchise this season. Rolling back the years, back to the future in some sense. What worked in the past is working again. Sunil Narine smashed 85 runs to really put Delhi in a load of misery. Andre Russell is at it again. Just when you thought that this West Indian has probably had his time in the IPL sun. How many more sixes really? How many more wickets? Dre Russ tells you it's in keeping with the Kolkata theme. He's Benjamin Buttoning their way. A cameo of 41, gold for Kolkata. I have to mention the newbie, Ankrish Raghuvanshi. Any kid, all of 18 years, scoring the fastest half-century in the league ought to raise some eyebrows. Of appreciation, 54 of 27 deliveries. There is no innocence in the way he plundered the runs. A teenager thrown into the harshest limelight. Had to be freedom of expression and the sense of aggression that Gambhir would have inspired, and probably some of it already there. Because he greeted Andrik Nortje with 2 consecutive boundaries of the first 2 deliveries he faced here. And there was no looking back. Rinku Singh, sure it was a short cameo, but the clamour for him to be included in India's T20 World Cup squad is getting louder by the day. It's like that is the first question every fan is screaming out. I hear you, but are the selectors just as confident yet? The bowlers led by Vaibhav Arora and Mitchell Starc put the pressure on the Delhi batters. After that, the wily Varun Chakravarti quietly wrapped things up. It was an all-round, power-packed display. Gambhir would only have been too proud of this. Some weeks back, though, there were reports that came out of players, especially the foreign players, being stifled by Chandrakant Pandit, the man who had been brought on board as coach. that he was strict and a hard disciplinarian. Sources also said he was putting in way too many rules and restrictions on the players, as he had when he'd come on board. No sleeveless clothes, lectures after losses. It's a story that has now been put on pause because there is a new cop in town and that cop says no rules, just play freely. Gambhir's attitude, his aggressive intent, his love for the place where it all started and turned to gold is clearly reflecting in the way this bunch is playing their cricket. Gauthi ball is showing its magic.